I'm gonna hit you with my Black Dragon Fang Maximum Overdrive. Oh, hey everybody. Got some 5.7 by 28mm testing today. Today we have some Vanguard Outfitters 34 grain Black Dragon Fang pre-fragmented all copper projectile. These are very similar to the V57 prime that I tested before and the T6B. Those stills make this bullet look pretty darn impressive. We're going to check the velocity out of our 5.7 and our PS90 SBR. Then we're going to do some gel shots today. 50 degrees, pro chrono, chrono, maybe even 60 at 10 feet. Let's get into this. Up first is the FN 5.7. We have the OEM 4.75 inch barrel in here. .21-57, 21-54, 21-57, 21-50, 21-47. And now our PS90 SBR with the 10.4 inch barrel. .25-30, 25-25, 25-59, 25-54, 25-25, and that's it. Alright, at about 10 feet we have a clear ballistics gel 6x6 by 16 inch block, 589 at just right under 3 1/4. We'll take a shot with the Black Fang out of the 5.7 first. I do believe they said this is a harder copper. We'll see if we get those fragments to break off like we did with the V57 prime. Make sure we're square. Velocity 2164. I see a milk jug leaking. Well, son of a sea biscuit, but you can guess what happened. There's our wound track. You can tell that that guy is tumbling. There's our first tumble. There's our second. We start to come out. Our first milk jug is penetrated. You can see that it came out the side there. I can tell that that bullet tip is probably still intact because there's a sharp cut right here on that jug. But I can't find the bullet. And since my dad did a lot of burning over here, a lot of things are dark colored like that coating on that bullet, so I'm not sure where it's at. Here's a side shot. This block is on its third melting, so it's starting to get a little cloudy. But look at how big those tears are in that gel. Here's a bottom down shot. Right around the 3 1/2 inch mark is when it starts to tumble and upset. There's a wound cavity there. Settles down for about 1 inch. There's an even larger wound cavity there. And then settles down after that. Just wish I could find that stupid bullet. We'll get the PS90 SBR geared up and maybe we can get it on then. Alright, I turned the block around because today I apparently have a habit of putting this round right on top of the other one. I put an extra couple of milk jugs to the side. Know my luck with 5.7, it will probably go the other way, but we'll see what we can do. Velocity was 2089. This wound track right here is from the PS90 SBR. Apparently the geese are very happy. A little more disruption earlier on. Not as large wound cavity as last time. And entire block, our first milk jug. It did like make two almost exit wounds. There's one down here and there's one down there, but it's in the milk jug. There's our recovered round. The tip did separate, probably why there's two tried to exit wounds out of that milk jug. Interesting. Earlier when we tested the V5.7, that was a lot softer copper. That tip wanted to disrupt pretty early on. Kind of the same thing going with the T6B. The harder copper makes it stay intact longer. Obviously I don't have any simulated bone to test, but we can test the sheet metal, see what that's going to do. We'll grab the 5.7 again and see what we get bullet performance wise when we introduce a level 3A panel. This is an Armorware 3A 6x8 panel. There was an error. Here's our shot, no surprise there. Level 3A is not a lot of competition for faster 5.7 rounds, especially the all copper pointed rounds. This wound track on the bottom right here is that shot. Similar disruption starting in the 3-inch mark, carrying out to about the 11-inch mark, and then it stops. There's this side right here. Dives down again. We penetrated the first milk jug and almost out of it, but look what's hanging right there, plugging that leak. Cool. Give me a second and I'll get that out of there. Third round, all in one piece. I think the last test we have today is the sheet metal. Let's get set up for that. All right, we have our two pieces of 22 gauge sheet metal. They're 3 inches apart. And then 18 inches back is the start of the gel block. We use the 5.7 again and see what happens. Another error, but it said 2096. I wonder why it did that. Anyways, here is our entrance hole for the black dragon Fang. There's the exit right there. Here's our gel block. Wound paths are getting really hard to see. We have disruption, and then right around the 12-inch mark, there's our bullet. It looks like the tip may have left at some point. Let me grab the round that's in there out. Here's a recovered round. The tip is still there. What actually looks like a hit was the calibration BB, because there's a nice round little spot there and it must have drove it out. Similar reaction like with the T6B. The sheet metal kind of pushes the tip around a little bit and creates a ball of sheet metal on there and then does its thing. Those results are interesting to say the least. I checked the hardness on this copper, the Black Fang, compared to the V5.7 Prime, and it's a little harder. It's like 18 or 19 on the B scale. Still nowhere near as hard as what we've tested the Elite Ammunition's T6B at. So it's interesting to see that just those couple points hardness helped keep that tip together when fired from the 5.7. This one right here was from the Kevlar, this one was from the sheet metal, and then this one where the tip broke off was from the PS90 SBR. We had good velocity out of these. The manufacturer says that based on this design they could drive these faster. Maybe we can see that in the future. Obviously they'd have to test it a lot to make sure pressures and everything were safe. We had good performance out of this round. As I mentioned before, the 5.7 really shines with 40 grain and underloads, and I think the manufacturers that currently do produce ammunition for it have really gotten the ball rolling with an all copper projectile. The all copper design helps keep the weight down while ensuring a very long for length bullet, which helps it to tumble or yaw when it hits soft tissue. I still have Vanguard's 35 grain frag round to test in the future. I have a feeling it will have similar results to the 37 grain frag round that we tested from R&R Weapon Systems. As always, I'd like to thank the manufacturer, in this case Vanguard Outfitters, for providing us with ammunition to test, and thank you all for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, and donating what you can to make this channel possible. Until next time, take it easy.